Top 3 mistakes in choosing a criminal defense attorney. Number 1, hiring some random attorney to help you. I'm talking hiring your family law attorney, or hiring your father's trust and estates lawyer, or hiring the guy that did your will. Those are not the people you need when you're facing a criminal case. You want someone that does criminal defense. And if your family law attorney or trust and estates attorney is telling you, oh, I do a little bit of criminal law on the side, well, guess what? There is nothing more dangerous than an attorney that does a little bit of criminal defense. I've been a prosecutor. I have railroaded over people that did a little bit of criminal defense. Oh, I'm a family law attorney, Mark, but I'm helping a friend out. I was going to abuse them, and I did abuse them when I was a prosecutor because they didn't know what they were doing. And even worse, I knew they would not be able to do a trial because most attorneys don't ever do a trial their entire career. I know criminal defense attorneys that never do trials. And if the prosecutor knows the attorney doesn't do a trial, guess what? They're going to take advantage of that, and the person's going to have a terrible outcome. That's a fact. I did it. I'm not proud of it. That's 20 years ago. But the reality is, if your attorney is not doing criminal defense regularly, you're not going to have a good time. Do not hire a random attorney to help you with your criminal defense case. Number 2, do not hire a criminal defense attorney that does not have an office staff. I am talking about a paralegal, or at the very minimum, a dedicated office assistant. What I'm not talking about is 5 attorneys sharing 1 receptionist, 6 attorneys sharing 1 paralegal, or an attorney that has an answering service. You want to make sure your attorney actually has staff to help them, because attorneys are busy by nature, and the staff is typically the ones that are going to call you back faster than the attorney, give you quicker updates. You can email the attorney and get answers fast. There is nothing worse having a criminal case and not being able to communicate with your attorney, not being able to understand what's going on. Being lost in a criminal case is horrible. And I've had people cry and tell me, and that's why I have so much staff. We have paralegals, legal assistants, we have receptionists, all dedicated to this firm. We don't share things like that. Every attorney has a paralegal. And then those paralegals, we also have office staff, assistants, and receptionists, because I want people's questions to be answered. The attorneys love talking to clients too, but oftentimes for quick questions, staff can get back faster. And if your attorney does not have a staff, then they're doing all the activities, the ones that are very low, filing motion to continue, and the very high, working on a defense of the actual case. And these bottom task activities can get overwhelming to an attorney. How do I know that? Because it was me. That was me when I first started. I had so many things I had to do. I couldn't focus on the important stuff because I'm trying to move the cases along. And when I get staff, everything changes. It allows you to do a better job. And so many attorneys that have more experience than me, don't understand this, and they provide terrible customer service to their clients because they refuse to hire staff, or they don't want to part with some of that money and pay an office staff. You need to have an attorney that has a staff to help you. The third mistake people make in hiring a criminal defense attorney is not checking the person out online. Just check it out online. There's review websites, Google reviews, Avo reviews, but Yelp is there too. But you want to make sure the person has been doing this a little bit of time. And once an attorney is admitted into the bar, they can legally practice any case. But you don't want someone who can practice any case. You want someone that actually does criminal defense. And so you want to make sure that the attorney you're hiring isn't just a brand new attorney in criminal defense. Oh, they've been doing insurance defense for 20 years, but now they're a criminal defense attorney. What? How does that work out? I'm not saying people can't change, but you don't want to be the early adopter. You don't want to be the early clients of these people that have changed careers and whatnot. So check online. You want to see reviews. You want to see website. You want to see certifications. You want to see training they've done. And so just check the person out online to make sure they are who you think they are. That's very important. One of the big examples we see is DUI defense. Every attorney wants to defend people who are accused of DUIs because lots of reasons, but the big reasons are people that are accused of DUIs are normal, everyday people. Second thing is normal, everyday people have normal, everyday jobs, and they can afford criminal defense attorney. So you have attorneys saying, oh, I can defend DUIs, but those same attorneys don't take the time, talent, energy to learn about DUI defense, but they still take those cases. So you want to make sure the attorney you hire actually practices that type of law. I'm based in Indianapolis. There are some attorneys that do murder cases. There are some attorneys that do DUI cases, and they don't usually overlap. You want to make sure the person you hire has experience defending the crime you're accused of. So those are my top 3 mistakes that I see people make criminal defense. And how do I see that? Because people call me all the time hey, Mark, I hired somebody. I don't think that's the right fit. Can we switch? Depending on factors, yes. It's better to make the correct choice the first time. Now, if you find yourself in a spot where you've hired the wrong criminal defense attorney, give me a call. We can talk about it. 99% of the time, people call me and they say, Mark, I want to switch attorneys. I have terrible communication with my current attorney. I tell a person, write them an email, send them a letter, let them know communication is lacking and you want to have a meeting. 99% of the time, I tell people to do that. The problem is resolved. I follow up. Hey, take my advice, email them, call them, send them a letter. Person's like, yeah, I did, Mark, and thank you. They started chatting with me. So that solves half the problems. When you let the attorney know you need more communication. I'll tell you a little secret. Everybody's kind of mean to attorneys, but the reality is we're pretty nice people. And if you let us know, hey, I need to talk to you more. Okay, cool. So if your attorney is truly in over his head, usually it's pretty apparent. They don't know what they're talking about. Give me a call. We can talk about that. I can try to figure out if the attorney is or is not able to help you. And if you want to switch after that situation, well, you can always talk about that too. If you have any questions, give me a call, 317-632-3642. Remember to always plead the fifth.